I mean, when you hear about them fuckers that fucking cheat on their birds, right, and they fall asleep and their bird just gets their finger and goes, "Dring." It's for the worst, isn't it? Gangster, proper G. Do you know what, actually, I watched his catalogue of films because I always liked him. I had like a Michael CAINE collection DVD thing, and I watched the Ipcris file, is it? I watched a whole load of them, and then that was the last one. I'm putting it back on the shelf thinking, do you know what, I'd be sick to be in a film with him one day. And then literally about 6 months later, I was in a film with him. I made sure that we didn't, well, that I couldn't ruin it by getting too close with him. You know, when you get too close to one of your heroes, you ruin it by saying something stupid or disappointing them or whatever. I just made sure that I kept it super professional on set, and we didn't talk much really during the filming. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We waited till kind of afterwards, but I think it kind of was good because of the way the film was and my character. You know, I was kind of like the main villain in the film. Do you know what I mean? So it was good to keep a distance from each other. Yeah, Nintendo 64, yeah, it was a good console. Do you know what, I feel they're a distraction. Like, I was super hooked on Football Manager. At the time, it was called Championship Manager. It was like my crack. Literally, did not come out of my house. I slept just about as much as I needed to sleep. I'd be back up on that fucking computer. Basically, that's why I dropped out of college, Championship Manager. And after that, I just thought, I'm not going near any of these fucking things, man. They're just fucking, they must suck literally years of your life. And then you wake up one day and you're just some fat, middle-aged, bald motherfucker, you know what I mean? No girlfriend. So yeah, I look at consoles and I just think of crack, cocaine and heroin. Aubergines, the phallic. And you know they are. Amy Winehouse, yeah, we had a lot of mutual friends, and then I supported the Roots at Shepherd's Bush Empire, and she was standing there sound checking. And I could just see the back of her beehive haircut and her dress and all that. And that's the closest we ever got to meeting. Well, like what I said earlier on, like, you know, I always wrote soul songs, and it was only because I had those soul songs sitting there and I thought, what the fuck am I gonna do with it, that I decided to do the Strickland Banks album. But I think definitely I felt empowered to do it because of what she had just done. You know, and I feel like without her and Ronson doing what they did, it wouldn't have been as easy for me to go and do what I'd done. And also the soul songs I wrote, like, I could have always have packaged them in a different way. Like, I could have made the music more modern and done that kind of whole Justin Timberlake kind of vibe with it. But because it was, you know, I write everything stripped down on a guitar, and I grew up listening to all the same kind of music that she did. It's kind of how I learned how to write songs, because my main influence was my godfather, and that was the music he listened to. Therefore, that's the music he would make me listen to, and the music that he would teach me how to play. So it was something that felt really natural to me. And as I was writing these songs, they just felt like if I packaged them in that old school Motown way, rather than doing the Justin Timberlake thing, it would serve the music better. They changed the world, did it, iPods, man? Where would we be without our iPhones? You know what I mean? Got everything on a little tablet in our pocket, it's great. I mean, when you hear about them fuckers that fucking cheat on their birds, right, and they fall asleep and their bird just gets their finger and goes, "Dring." It's for the worst, isn't it? But I mean, you know, for me, I got all my tunes on there. I used to walk around with like a big fuck-off tape cassette recorder and pure tapes. Whenever I had an idea, like, record it into that shit. Now it's just on my phone. It's good. I've only just started getting into juicing. See, the thing is, sugar is bad. When you're trying to lose weight, sugar's fucking bad. And there's sugar in orange juice, there's sugar in honey. You need to just fuck it all off, right? But then now I'm hearing that you can lose weight literally just by juicing. So I started fucking with it a bit, but I'm in two minds, you know. Massive, obviously massive influence in my life, you know, can't deny it. He made it okay for white people to rap, and not just that, it was his concept and the way that he was coming at rapping and the stories that he was telling that really, you know, brought something out of me that obviously already existed, but maybe I didn't put any value on. And I'd hear his songs like Mushrooms. And then I was listening to DMX at the time, and DMX had that song Damien. And then there was Immortal Technique, who had, what's that fucking song, the Immortal Technique song, man? Dance with the Devil. And I got really bang into those kind of hip hop songs that was kind of narrating and telling the story. And that's really what you know, inspired like the first album. And without that, I never would have had Strickland Banks. And I don't even think I'd be making films if it wasn't for that. It was that storytelling element to what he was doing that really kind of brought out, you know, that want and that desire inside of me to want to be a storyteller.